Russian dictator Vladimir Putin recorded a congratulatory message for International Women's Day, but ended up becoming the subject of ridicule. In the video, which was originally published by the Kremlin press service, they forgot to cut out the failed takes. In the video, after delivering his congratulations, Putin started coughing, stumbling over his words, and suggested re-recording the video.
Let me just go ahead and say that one more time for you, primarily because it completely went over everyone's head, right? I almost started coughing. I talk too much.
After that, the Kremlin leader repeated his speech again. And even though the video with the bloopers was quickly removed from the Kremlin's website, it had already spread across various public channels. Some online users even speculate that the video with the failed takes was published on purpose to prove that the official videos featuring Putin are not generated by artificial intelligence. At the same time, some pro-Z bloggers are convinced that the leak of the video with Putin's bloopers was not an accident, but a deliberate act of sabotage. It is noted that this could be a sign of rebellion. Embarrassing incidents with Putin's videos are not happening for the first time. For example, earlier, the Russian dictator's New Year's address became a major topic of discussion. At that time, Informnapalm analysts noticed that on December 31st, just a few minutes before the new year began, a video was published on the official Kremlin website in which he was wearing a black tie. But only a few minutes later, that video was deleted and replaced with another one, where the Russian dictator was seen wearing a red tie instead. Analysts suggested that the person in the video was not Putin, but an avatar generated by artificial intelligence. Investigative journalists are also bringing to light Putin's extended and noticeable absence from the public sphere. According to the investigative project Sistema, on March 2nd and 3rd, Putin did not appear in front of television cameras, and the videos featuring him were most likely recorded earlier. It was also noted that in February, Putin disappeared for 11 days. At that time, the press service was passing off old videos as new ones.
Let's get back to Russia. You said that Putin has suffered a major geopolitical defeat. In your opinion, he is a complete geopolitical non-entity, and I agree with that as well. You know perfectly well, better than I do for sure, exactly how this complex system of power in the Russian Federation works and how their ideological machine operates. But how much does this really significantly damage his public image inside the country? Just how massive of a strategic defeat is this for him? Has he become more vulnerable in the eyes of his inner circle? Or does it simply not matter anymore that Putin has lost? They fear him so much that they'll willingly choose to overlook everything.
It's very difficult to say because in the Russian Federation it's very hard to understand the sociology. All of it is closed off, all of it is fake sociology. I still don't have the sense that there is a revolutionary class in the Russian Federation. That is, there is quite a large portion of the population there that is dissatisfied, but in a passive way. In other words, roughly speaking, they will wait until either Putin dies on his own, or so to speak, well, just like it was with Stalin, right? Because under Stalin, after all, there were no strikes, no mass protests in the squares, no people taking up arms to fight against the Stalinist regime. They were simply arrested, detained, and everyone just waited for Stalin to die. And when he died, only then did the opportunity arise to do something, and even then, not right away. That's it. So I have the impression that with Putin's regime, it will be more or less the same, although, of course, he is weaker than Stalin. And in this sense, I think it will be easier after Putin leaves the stage, because after all, he is just a man. Even though he has been in power for 25 years, everyone is tired of him. And everyone understands that he is too small time for Stalin. That's it. But for some kind of major revolutionary movement to arise because of this, and for someone to rush to Moscow with weapons in hand, just like Prigozhin did, I absolutely do not believe in that happening at all.
Well then, let's finish with a well-known joke. That one croaked, yes, remember, even in Moscow at the beginning of the war there were these banners. That one croaked, and this one doesn't have long left. And this one isn't eternal either. But today, of course, in the 5th year of the war, very few people in the Russian Federation are still capable of such boldness.